one of the most untold parts of our story is the opportunity for jobs, perhaps outside of college and perhaps without taking on so much debt. And apprenticeships and some of the other education that we have in our unions are so important, and it's such a big opportunity, sometimes little known. Sonia, do you want to talk a little bit about what's available for folks and just what it means to have that kind of opportunity?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And I have to say it's really wonderful to see all of your faces from this perspective. So give yourselves a round of applause, just because it's great that you're here, that you're involved, and that you're engaged in this conversation. And sometimes when we do these sessions, I don't see eyes, but I see all of your eyes, so you're all focused. So thank you for that. I represent the building trades, and the building trades is a collaborative of the 14 building and construction trades unions that belong to the AFL-CIO. The building trades coordinate in many significant ways. We advocate for common public policy at the state level, we advocate for common public policy at the federal level, and we certainly stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in the greater AFL-CIO movement. Something that I think that is not often associated with the building trades, which I think is one of our real gems, is the registered apprenticeship programs that are run through the building trades. And I think there are several apprentices in the audience today. If you're here, raise your hand. Wonderful. So through these programs and through this really wonderful educational system that is supported by union members and union contractors, the 14 building trades unions invest with their contractor partners over $1 billion in sustaining a massive 14,000 training center infrastructure around the country. So if you're an apprentice and you just raised your hand, you're part of the second largest. If we were a public university system, you would be part of the second largest university system in this country.
Who's the first?
So, through your contributions to that training fund that you make, and through the contributions that your employers are making, you are investing $1 billion annually in the workforce development program that is the most successful workforce development program that this country has. So union apprenticeship programs train 71%, which is the large majority of all skilled construction workers in this country. So again, if you raised your hand, you are building America. You are retrofitting America. You are sustaining our bridges. You are building nuclear power plants. You are building utility plants. You are building this country and sustaining it and putting us on a path to economic security. So this is a wonderful opportunity, and guess what? It's free to people that enter into a union apprenticeship program. So your training is sustained not by the federal government, because we know what happens when the federal government decides to fund a workforce development program. They can be fickle, and whoever the political controls tend to lend their support or not lend their support to workforce development. So in order for our programs to be sustainable, we require that our signatory contractors sustain with their monetary contributions that training investment. They are the ones that are profiting from your labor and from your skill. So the fact that you are skilled and you are able to continually continue your education through a registered apprenticeship program, because your apprenticeship doesn't end when you become a journey woman or man. Your apprenticeship training and your skill development continues for your entire career as a construction worker. So as the industry changes and the mechanisms and technology change in your industry, the skill set that you are receiving through your in-classroom instruction as well as on-the-job training that is paid is going to ensure that you are on the cutting edge of your industry, which gives you a very powerful tool. So you are able to benefit in a shared way with the prosperity of the industry. The industry is going to benefit from your skill set, believe me, they will. They will make millions and millions of dollars upon your dedication and your skill. But now you have an important tool. You have a skill set that will last you a lifetime and ensure that you are creating pathways to the middle class for yourself, as well as for your family. My father was a 50-year laborer with Laborers International Union of North America. He was able to provide me with an opportunity growing up in California in a very challenging economic situation, the ability to go to a four-year college. That was unheard of at my high school. And so being able to move out of my home and being able to be self-sufficient had a lot to do with the fact that I had a very supportive father who had union benefits, who was able to offer me the opportunities that I saw my classmates not have. So not only does this investment that you are making in registered apprenticeship now benefit you, but it will benefit generations beyond. And given the school debt program challenges that we've seen recently, I think it's a really attractive opportunity for one more important way. Many of our registered apprenticeship programs have very close partnerships with community colleges, and in many instances, those of you who are in registered apprenticeship programs are working your way towards an AA and a BA with your in-classroom instruction, as well as with your on-the-job training. So if in the future you decide that being a plumber or an electrician is not the profession you ultimately want to pursue, you will be on a pathway towards a college education already given your academic investment in registered apprenticeship. And it was debt-free because those programs are sustained by employers, as I said originally. So it's a wonderful opportunity. I think for those of you that are taking advantage of it, I think it's a wonderful way to try and build pathways into the middle class, into growing our density, you know, in parts of the country that we don't have density in, because the energy sector is always going to be booming. You know, there's always going to be a need for people to build and retrofit buildings. So it is an investment in your future now, and it is an investment into your generational future with your children and your future grandchildren. So I think that it's a very important opportunity that I hope many of you talk about, are proud of, and share your stories of your experiences with your colleagues here.
Thank you so much.